We often think of wealth and spirituality as opposites, one focused on material gain, the other on inner peace. But what if ancient wisdom held the key to manifesting prosperity while staying true to ethical and mindful living? Buddhist teachings, often misunderstood as advocating total renunciation, actually provide profound insights into attracting wealth in a balanced way. Concepts like karma, generosity, and right livelihood form the foundation of an abundant life, not just financially, but in joy, purpose, and fulfillment. In this journey, we'll uncover how aligning with these principles can transform not only your financial reality, but also your relationship with money itself. If these ideas resonate with you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe for more content on timeless wisdom that enriches both your spirit and your life. Many people assume that Buddhism teaches total detachment from wealth, that to be spiritual means rejecting material success. But this is a misunderstanding. The Buddha never taught that money itself is evil, only that attachment, greed, and unethical means of acquiring wealth lead to suffering. In fact, the Buddha recognized the importance of financial stability. He spoke about the value of right livelihood, sammajiva, emphasizing that earning money honestly and ethically is part of a balanced life. He also encouraged lay followers to manage wealth wisely, saving, sharing, and using it to support both family and community. The real lesson isn't to abandon wealth, but to cultivate a healthy relationship with it. Instead of chasing money out of fear or desire, we should see it as a tool, one that, when used wisely, can create more opportunities, generosity, and peace in our lives. So, if wealth itself isn't the problem, what is the right way to attract prosperity while staying true to Buddhist principles? Let's explore the concept of karma and how our actions shape our financial reality. Karma is often misunderstood as fate or destiny, but in reality, it refers to intentional action and its consequences. The word karma simply means action, and every action, whether through thoughts, words, or deeds, creates ripples that shape our future experiences. When it comes to wealth and prosperity, karma teaches us that financial success isn't random. It's the result of past and present actions. If we engage in ethical, generous, and mindful behaviors, we create the conditions for abundance to flow into our lives. On the other hand, if we act with dishonesty, greed, or exploitation, we sow the seeds of future struggle and hardship. Ananda, a humble merchant, had always worked hard. He woke up before dawn every day, running his small shop in a bustling village. His shop, though modest, sold everything from food to textiles, and he poured all his energy into making it successful. But no matter how much effort he put in, Ananda seemed to always be struggling. His profits were low, customers came and went, and his savings barely covered his basic needs. He couldn't understand why. Despite his dedication, others in the village were thriving, while he remained stuck in hardship. One fateful day, a wandering monk arrived in the village. The monk was known for his wisdom and peaceful aura, and people often gathered to hear him speak. Ananda, curious about the monk's teachings, approached him after his talk. "Master," he asked, "I've worked so hard all my life, but I still struggle to make ends meet. How can I attract wealth without compromising my values?" The monk smiled kindly, his eyes gleaming with understanding. "True wealth begins within," he said. "It's not the amount of money you have, but your relationship with it that matters. If you want prosperity, you must first create the right conditions in your heart and actions." The monk went on to explain how Buddhism teaches that wealth is not inherently bad. It's the attachment to wealth and the actions driven by greed or selfishness that lead to suffering. "You must practice generosity, Ananda," the monk said. "When you give selflessly, You create a ripple effect of goodwill. This will open your heart and make space for prosperity. Ananda listened carefully, absorbing the monk's words. He realized that in his pursuit of wealth, he had been grasping at it with fear and desperation, not recognizing the value of giving or living in alignment with his principles. Inspired by the monk's wisdom, Ananda began to make changes. He started by offering a portion of his daily earnings to those in need, even when it felt like a stretch. He treated his customers with extra care, ensuring they were satisfied and respected. Slowly, he shifted his business practices, aligning them with the values of honesty, integrity, and kindness. As time passed, Ananda noticed something remarkable happening. More people trusted him, word spread, and his business began to grow. But what struck him the most was not just the increase in his earnings, but the deep sense of joy and fulfillment he felt. The more he gave, the more he received, both in material wealth and in inner peace. Ananda had discovered the true key to prosperity. By practicing generosity, living with integrity, and cultivating a heart free of greed, he had unlocked the flow of abundance in his life. As Ananda continued to apply the monk's teachings, he realized that true prosperity extended far beyond financial success. His small shop, once struggling, now thrived, not because he chased wealth, but because he changed the way he approached life. Every morning, before opening the doors, he would take a moment to express gratitude for what he had, no matter how little. He no longer viewed his struggles as signs of failure, but as lessons guiding him toward a deeper understanding of abundance. He began to notice how his acts of generosity created ripples throughout the village. The more he gave, whether through a small discount for a struggling family, a meal for a hungry traveler, or even a kind word to a worried neighbor, the more his fortune seemed to grow. It wasn't immediate, nor was it always in the form of money. Sometimes, it came in the form of unexpected help when he needed it most. Other times, it was a new opportunity, a connection, or simply the peace of mind that allowed him to sleep soundly at night. One evening, as Ananda was closing his shop, an old friend approached him. This friend, once skeptical of his new approach to life, now stood before him with a curious expression. "I don't understand," he admitted. "You used to struggle like the rest of us. Now, not only does your business flourish, but you seem lighter, as if your burdens have disappeared. What changed?" Ananda smiled, recalling the monk's words. "I stopped seeing wealth as something to chase and started seeing it as something that flows. When I let go of my fear of not having enough, I realized that I always had something to give, and the more I gave, the more life seemed to give back." His friend listened intently, as if hearing something both simple and profound at the same time. Ananda continued, explaining that true wealth wasn't about hoarding coins, but about cultivating trust in himself, in the people around him, and in the natural rhythm of giving and receiving. "The moment I stopped grasping," he said, "was the moment my hands were open to receive." That night, as Ananda lay in bed, he reflected on how much had changed. His shop had become more than a place of trade. It was now a space of connection, kindness, and purpose. He realized that wealth, when sought with wisdom and generosity, had the power to enrich not just one life, but many. And in that realization, he understood something even deeper. Prosperity was never just about gold or silver. It was about the way one chose to live. Just as Ananda's journey revealed, the principles of Buddhist prosperity are not about chasing wealth, but aligning oneself with the natural flow of abundance. These teachings emphasize that prosperity is not merely financial. It encompasses peace of mind, meaningful relationships, and a life of integrity. By understanding and practicing key Buddhist principles, anyone can cultivate a mindset and way of living that naturally attracts and sustains prosperity. One of the fundamental concepts is karma, the principle that our actions create the conditions for our future. In the pursuit of wealth, this means that ethical, honest, and compassionate actions lead to long-term prosperity, while greed, deceit, or exploitation eventually bring suffering. When we act with sincerity, treating others fairly and with kindness, we build trust and goodwill, both of which are invaluable assets in any business or personal endeavor. Another crucial principle is dana, the practice of generosity. While many fear that giving depletes resources, Buddhist wisdom teaches that generosity expands abundance. Giving selflessly, whether money, time, or kindness, creates a flow of positive energy, reinforcing the idea that wealth is not something to be hoarded but shared. It also helps dissolve attachment and fear, shifting our mindset from scarcity to abundance. When we trust that we have enough to give, we reinforce the belief that there will always be enough. Closely related to this is samma jiva, or right livelihood, one of the steps in the Noble Eightfold Path. This principle encourages earning a living in a way that aligns with ethical values, avoiding harm to others or exploitation. True prosperity comes not just from financial gain, but from knowing that one's work contributes to the well-being of others. Those who engage in right livelihood often find greater fulfillment and stability because their success is built on trust, fairness, and a deeper sense of purpose. Beyond external actions, inner cultivation is just as important. Mindfulness and meditation help individuals develop awareness, patience, and clarity in their decisions. By quieting the mind and observing one's thoughts, fears, and desires without attachment, a person gains the ability to act wisely rather than impulsively. Meditation fosters gratitude, reducing the craving that often drives people to make reckless financial choices. A mind at peace makes better decisions, attracts better opportunities, and responds to challenges with resilience. By integrating these principles, karma, generosity, right livelihood, and mindfulness into daily life, prosperity ceases to be a fleeting goal and becomes a natural state of being. Those who live by these teachings, as Ananda discovered, find that wealth flows not from forceful grasping, but from an open heart and an unwavering trust in the balance of the universe. In a world where financial success is often pursued with relentless ambition, Buddhist wisdom offers a profound alternative: prosperity that arises naturally from inner transformation. True wealth is not merely about accumulating money, but about creating a life of balance, generosity, and ethical integrity. When we shift our focus from grasping to giving, from anxiety to mindfulness, and from selfish gain to compassionate action, we unlock a flow of abundance that extends beyond material riches. The story of Ananda serves as a timeless example of how aligning one's actions with wisdom and virtue leads to lasting prosperity. His journey illustrates that wealth is not the result of luck or ruthless competition, but of conscious choices that shape our reality. By practicing dana, generosity, cultivating gratitude, and ensuring that our livelihood aligns with right action, we create the conditions for prosperity to manifest in a sustainable and fulfilling way. As these ancient teachings reveal, the key to attracting wealth is not in chasing it desperately, but in becoming the kind of person to whom abundance naturally flows. When we embody generosity, integrity, and mindfulness, we not only transform our own lives, but also create a ripple effect of prosperity that benefits those around us. This is the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, a path where wealth and well-being are not opposites, but two sides of the same enlightened journey. If you found these insights valuable and want to continue learning how ancient wisdom can transform your life, don't miss out. Subscribe now and start your journey toward true prosperity.